Boom. We got to talk about that. Showtime.
Dynamite Download.
Welcome to Dynamite Download, your source for positive coverage of all elite wrestling.
This is what pro wrestlers feel like.
I told you guys, positive energy.
I think that created a little moment in itself.
You're saying I have a better record than Kenny Omega and Samoa Joe, and now I'm going to have to wrestle them.
I've never seen someone able to break down like wrestling like he does.
That punk, that long-haired hippie freak.
My real story does connect with a lot of people.
That you need to be careful in the locker room.
I definitely think that women's wrestling has been elevated.
And with the loss of Brody, I feel like we were just kind of a little bit directionless.
I was like deep diving into like cults.
Raw horse.
Raw horse?
Oh my god!
Amazing.
I had to smack him around a few times to fully gain his respect.
You said that in front of the voice of a generation?
Versus Frankie's match.
Awesome.
This podcast is, quite frankly, the drizzling shit, if I'm being quite honest.
The day spread positivity about AEW.
Welcome to Dynamite Download.
What's up, everybody? It is me, it is SPD, and welcome to the show. The co-host, the one and only Dude Love himself, Mind Runner. Rocking the tie-dye. Dude Love. What is that?
Woo!
Oh, I was like, what the heck is on you?
that was my
awesome.
That was actually my Macho Man mask. That I
Oh,
had.
really? I couldn't
Yes.
tell what it was, but that's awesome.
This isn't working. Hang on.
I love the I do love that tie-dye shirt.
Yeah,
When we were on our yeah, let's see it. Show off that
This
shirt.
is my This is my Snacklander, Chris Statlander, the Best Bout Machine. She is our women's champion. This is on sale at shopaew.com. It's one of my new favorite wrestling shirts. I hope it lasts. But yes, very cool. And
You might have to reorder a new one if you keep cutting those LBs, bro.
I know, dude. Getting down, man.
That's awesome.
I'm getting it. I'm gonna be in shape. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to take on the Boom and Doom team.
Boom. Well, I don't know. They might need an extra hand, if you know what I mean, after what happened on Ring of Honor, where they put the cookie hand in the chair right there. So Big Boom AJ got wearing, if you saw on his Instagram, he's wearing that a wrist brace on there. Yeah. So we'll see how that plays into effect tomorrow at Full Gear's Tailgate Brawl. But what's up, everyone? It's a big weekend. Pushed our show to do a combo show for tonight, Friday Night Flights and Fights. I got a local beer. Right now I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm drinking a big slurp. I love it. Big slurp.
Nice.
And I can't wait for Full Gear tomorrow. I mean, I'm going to be playing a little catch up because I got to work till 9, but that's all right. I'll just, I'll still catch the majority of the show. But I can't wait. I was doing our tallies, but there's, if I counted correctly, 22 available wrestler points plus the +3. So 25 points are on the board for tomorrow for our fantasy draft season. What are we on? Season 6 or season 7? I can't even remember right now.
Season 7. Can you believe that?
I know, right? And so a lot's going to happen there. and I'm excited for it. But to kick things off, I mean, we had a 3-hour episode of Dynamite / Collision, even though they're not calling it an official like 3-hour Dynamite. They do the credits and do that, and have that hour Collision. But how did you feel that 3 hours went? Like, I know it's a lot of wrestling, and there's a lot of bodies on those card.
Yeah. All right. I got to preface it, as you know, I'm back in the classroom. I am Mr. Burden in the classroom. I am dude love of the kids love having me, dude. I'm doing all cool stuff. I'm having a blast. I'm still, like I was telling you offline, I'm struggling. Every time I find a wrestling fan there, WWE, I don't like AEW. I'm like, come on, man.
6'7".
Oh, this all time. So my bedtime, like I start feeling it, like right around 9:30, 10 o'clock, I start winding down. Old man, teacher, whatever. But for 3, like Blood and Guts was an example of where I didn't feel like it was like I was surprised it was over and it was longer than your average Dynamite. I did start to feel the attrition around that. I started feeling that tired around 9:30, but it kept me interested. There were some lulls, there were some head scratchers, but there were moments where I don't think it was like visual caffeine, especially when we talk about the Mascara Dorada match.
Yeah.
There were a few moments where it was like visual caffeine where what I was watching was keeping me awake. I was like, whoa, that's cool. It's cool. So yeah, I don't want I hope they don't do this more routinely, because
3
hours is a bit much. I mean, if anything they learned from Monday Night Raw, 3 hours is too much. But if they're going to go this much, I'm glad that they were able to include as much women's wrestling in segments as they did. And I think I felt like what they had, there wasn't any real fat to trim off of the show. Does that make sense? I didn't feel like there was any match that didn't live up to the caliber of a Dynamite, and there were a couple matches I thought could have been on the pay-per-view.
It was a tight 3 hours. I love, obviously, like, bonus wrestling. I started the show an hour late, so I was able to, like, during the commercials, start the show from the start on my computer. So I was like, you almost do my own personal picture-in-picture. However, like, that's what I love about AEW, and just everything that was so different was like, yes, we want more, but at the same time, we don't want too much. Like, we want the quality over quantity. And so a tight 2 hours in Dynamite is always fun. And then Collision, whenever it's live, it's an awesome show too. So it wets your palate, it gives you the taste, and doesn't over fatigue you as a fan with that, because then you start getting a lot of fluff that is unnecessary.
Can I ask you? I got to ask you a question, because you just touched on something I've been wanting to ask you for a couple weeks now. Do you feel like even whether you knew it or not, do you feel like that the live collisions feel different than the taped collisions? Like,
I've always said that. Yes, 100%.
Even when I don't know it's for sure if it's live or not, they feel different.
You could tell because they get the benefit of doing post work, maybe reworking some stuff. But to me as a fan, it feels totally different. Yeah, I think I'm 100% more excited for a live Collision than a taped one. Like a taped one, I'm not like running to my TV to watch it at 8 o'clock live. Now a live Collision, I'm trying to work my schedule around so I can tune in live. It definitely feels different. I feel like the wrestling is stronger because it's fresh. Any show that's running 4 hours long when you do back-to-back Collision Dynamite is a little tough. It does a total different. Yes, you can tell. If they were to remove live, or if we didn't know, I think you could go on a blind taste or blind viewing and be like, this has got to be taped or something. So,
I'm with you right there,
100%. Yes, you spoke on the women's matches. Very pivotal stuff. I was hoping for, I guess maybe now we're going to lead into World's End to crown the tag team champs, but we'll dive into that. The tag team tournament matches. So we had 2 matches on there, and then we had the main event of Collision. So 3 women's matches. First one of the night was the timeless. What are they calling themselves?
Timeless love bombs.
Timeless love bombs versus actually a team that we didn't really know we wanted, but actually really enjoying with Windsor and Rio. So hopefully they continue to stay a team because at the moment there's really no, even after this tournament, these teams don't need to break up. Like you don't need to have Hater and Amanada break up. Like you continue to push that because once they're crowned champs, you're going to need, formidable opponents to keep the tag team belts relevant. How did you essentially two babyface teams? Yeah. Rio can do no wrong. How do you feel this match? What do you think about this one?
I loved it. I was so torn during this match because I love all four of these ladies and up until we only got to see Windsor and Rio together over in the last week or so. Plus, I think we all kind of had the feeling it was going to be the Love Bombs. I love their intro, the Love Bombs, but how adorably I love that Windsor and Rio, they kind of had the same kind of matching gear, and Rio is just such a sweetheart when she's trying to be tough. There was that promo that Windsor had, and Rio's like, "We are going to bring it." She's all like little tough girl, like, "Ho, ho, ho, we're going to fight you." And so I thought it was fantastic. Of course, Rio's always fun. Watching Rio versus Mina, where Mina was actually the bigger one of the two. I actually thought Mina's the matching gear with Storm and Mina was great. They worked great as a tag team. I was torn. I knew who was going to win, but there was that little bit of me that tricked me, thinking, is something going to go down? Or are we going to somehow get Rio? But I'm with you. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them break up. I thought Windsor and Rio worked great as a tandem, and very similar, very similar to the style. There's some great tag teams where both wrestlers are very similar, like FTR or the Young Bucks, where they're a little bit very similar styles. Then there's teams like Jurassic Express or Brodito, where there's a powerhouse and then there's a high flyer. Windsor and Rio's kind of that team, now Windsor's in no way a, Luchasaurus or a Brody King, but compared to Rio, she kind of is. And so
you're right.
And I do like, I've always thought that Alex Windsor's kind of like a similar version of a Thunder Rosa, but and Rio is Rio. I thought they looked fantastic. And yes, I hope that we see this tag team again. I'd love to see the Windsor Rio tandem go after the gold at some point later on. I thought it was phenomenal.
You're right. I think so I guess not to spoil too much. Do you think this is the Timeless Love Bombs? They're going to be the champs?
I think it's a possibility, but they're not my pick. There's a chance, but I'm not as I don't think they're going to win. I think they're good. I think I think it's going to be a heel team that's going to win the belts, and then there's going to be a good chase. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. A lot of times, this is also history, so maybe sometimes they want the first team to win to be a babyface team.
True. We got a super sticker. So I'm writing in the chat there.
We have a super sticker, so I guess we got to do let's do the Young Bucks super sticker. Are we ready?
Ready. Oh, that's what you're doing.
Super kick party! Woo!
From Rancho Cucamonga, the best tag team in the world, the Young Bucks! You got to do the Don Callis. The Don Callis intro. Hey, you never know. After tomorrow, they might be $1 million richer. So
yeah, they might get full, because they've been getting the full pyro.
I know they've been getting one hell of an intro. Thank you, BR. Good to hear from you. Good to have you back. And you're saying about catching up on wrestling. That was mentioned in the chat. It's AEW does such a great job with highlights and recaps and big moments on their YouTube and specials. That they're not shy of limiting your exposure and keeping in the loop. And so, if I'm like missing a show because I'm traveling or whatever, I'll scroll on Twitter or X and I'll be able to see a lot of highlights of the matches, see a lot of pivotal things. It's like you almost can watch the show on social media in a sense with the high points, and then they do some good recaps. Obviously, it's not the same, but it's something to keep you plugged in. And I know Crayfish does that as well. He'll kind of scroll through some of the big moments on social, just that. But Steven, hope everything goes well, man. And take care of what you got to take care. And I'm glad you're there. You're there for Mama Bear, and keep us posted with all that. And thanks for stopping in and saying hi. And man, we're here. Send us a message on Facebook or whatever it is. And
I know we call him the Snake, but he's our brother. And I gotta tell you, he did great filling in for you when he was
you're welcome anytime. Welcome anytime.
Awesome.
We were hoping we were going to try to get you in for this show, but we understand obviously higher priorities. But maybe next show come in as a nice trios guest that we're going to have on there. To the next match. Now, this is definitely one of the most controversial matches that we of the night. And here's my thoughts. Like, I get a lot of different takes and of positions of people are. Yes, TJ are OGs. Essentially, could be argued as one of the original first tag teams in AEW. But the first doesn't always mean the best or whatever it is, but you have to ride the wave when the wave is there. And so right now, Megan Bayne is one of the hottest new signings. Momentum is there, and unfortunately, her Penelope Ford, her partner, got hurt. But Shafir, I don't know. To me, there must be something going on that we don't know. Why, like TJ was not in Blood and Guts, or why they haven't been featured on TV that much lately. So they're really not. I hate to say the word relevant, but they haven't been featured as much. So it would be kind of a shock unless Bayne and Shafir kind of like got into it with each other, and then that cost them the match. But that team, after, as I said last week, after Blood and Guts, I was like, Bayne and Shafir, like, that is tough. No one's going to stop those two ladies because they put on clinics in Blood and Guts, and the momentum is behind them big time. And I like that they're pushing Marina, and they're pushing her finisher. They're pushing, making it really her be the person, like you said last week, be the problem that we wanted her to be from the get-go. And it's aging very well. Like, okay, if they maybe rushed her spotlight or her, she had opportunities and they didn't necessarily work that well. But now that she's been positioned where she is with the Death Riders and mentored by some of the best in the biz, aka Moxley and others in the Death Riders, this is the best Shafir we've had in AEW, and she continues to be better and better. And I love that pairing, because those are two scary ladies on that side of the ring. So do you think this is the right decision, and how do you feel? And I don't think this is the end of TJ or TJ.
Oh, no.
They could definitely chase the champs again and get their redemption down the line.
Absolutely. As much as I hate to see the OG tag team of TJ lose, this was the right decision. Because you've got two of the baddest villains in the women's roster tandem. If they had lost in the first round, it would have taken away their momentum. And the whole thing with Megan Bayne too, especially after the whole Nixon Newell and Miranda Alizé stuff. I don't know if you remember how there was controversy with how they weren't selling for Megan Bayne. This had to happen, and the Death Riders need still to be a problem, and Megan Bayne needs to be that dominant force. I think this was the right decision. However, there's a part of my old school, being a diehard AEW OG fan. I was sad. It was sad to see TJ lose like this. I don't think, I saw in the chat too, when there's buzz about, Anna Jay's contract's coming up, what's going to happen. I don't see Anna Jay going anywhere.
No,
I don't see, and whether or not she's still with Jack Perry or not, I think she still is. But regardless of any of that, I don't see Anna Jay going anywhere because, one, Brody Lee, he handpicked her. she does. There's a story here, and I actually think that Ty J losing in the first round actually gives them a better long-term storyline, because they were, they didn't get any, there wasn't any momentum with them. And they were doing these promos. I'll be honest, the promos were kind of weak. I don't know if Ty is 100% back mentally, because it just seemed like, but they have the opportunity now to get a redemption arc, and then later down the line get those titles. And they can do this whole thing, like they got to readjust and figure out who they are and kind of get a little bit more time. But the momentum is with Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. The momentum is with Toni Storm and Mina. The momentum
100%.
is with the Babes of Wrath. So the right teams
and Sisters of Sin too. The Final Four. All momentum, and now it's a toss-up. It really is.
Oh, it's good.
I kind of felt like there's a clear path to the finals, but now after what has transpired over the last few weeks, it's really exciting, and I feel like maybe there has been some audibles called. I loved in this match. Real quick, go back to your point, but I loved the opening of the match. I love that we're reminded of Ty Mello's jiu-jitsu background, and so they're trading takedowns. I'm like, yes, this is perfect start. I'm like, you have to remember, like, she was, I think, on the Olympic team or something with Brazil, and so go back to those roots. Like, I would love to see some kind of like redemption Rocky style training with Ty training Anna Jay of like some more holds and some things like that. And so I would be like, okay, like we need to prepare for battle. We need to, montages like that, and then like have that their Rocky underdog redemption story, and then ultimately dethrone whoever becomes the first champs, which could be Bayne and Shafir.
Think about this too. Like if Ty J won this tournament, to me it wouldn't feel like it was earned. Like where.
True.
Because granted,
I can see that.
The only people that would really even somewhat feel that way are OGs like us, because we know where they came from originally. But since they've been back, they haven't really had that arc. BR, I like your point about Anna Jay's gonna have to start from the bottom. Yeah, I get you, dude. Wah, wah. And I like, we were talking in the chat, was talking about Mother's Milk, Marina Shafir's submission. You think she practices that with Roderick Strong at home? Yeah,
no comment.
That's how she puts him to bed. But out of context, this is a badass team. Come on, I mean, these are two of the most badass women, and I think there was somebody, maybe a heavier version, but there was somebody that was pushing for Marina Shafir to join I think he called them, there was Blackpool Combat Club at the time, but there's somebody on our show that was pushing for Marina Shafir to join the Blackpool Combat Club. Well, she's joined the Death Riders, and this has been the best. I like Marina Shafir now. Like, I remember I was cringing a lot when she first started. She's the problem now. She is legitimately living up to her name. I'm glad. These are two of the baddest women in the women's roster, and they're my brain pick to win, even though my heart is with the Babes of Wrath.
It's with the Final Four. So back to you could scroll back 100 episodes, which mine, I got to see when it was you officially joined, because at this point you are surpassing the OG crayfish of Dynamite Download, which is amazing. I loved it, love it. But you are absolutely correct. I think if you went back probably 100 episodes, you would be claiming the Blackpool Combat Club. And the potential and the skill and the aggression has always been there, but it just needed like the marinade, and needed that extra little guidance. And joining the Death Riders, her presence is always felt, and it's amazing. Like when she walks through the crowd, you're like, oh, I would rather bump Moxley's shoulder or bump someone else's shoulder than hers, because I know she's gonna kick my ass, in a sense. So she's been presented so great. So I I would love okay, so between the 4 teams, who is your pick right now to win? And in the chat, who is your pick to win the women's tag team title belts? We got Sisters of Sins, Babes of Wrath, the Problem Banes, the mega problems, and we have the timeless love bugs or love bird, whatever they are, bombs.
love
who's
bombs.
your pick right now at this point?
Well, I think all right, just gun to head. I think Babes of Wrath. I'd love the pop for them to be the first tag team because Willow and Harley Cameron. Good Lord, invest in her. If she was a stock, invest and you will make money. She's incredible. And Willow, that's the ultimate bait. Like if you were going to create a babyface female tag team in a lab, you would get Willow and Harley Cameron. I mean, that's what you would get. And unfortunately, that's what Ty J should have been. They should have been the ultimate babyface tag team you're rooting for. My brain though, my brain wants I want to see Bane and the Problem win because I want to see a heel team win so that we could have the chase. But I can't go against Babes of Wrath, so I'm going to pick Babes of Wrath. I want Babes of Wrath to win.
I'm thinking as the booker, and I'm thinking as as a fan, I would if I had to just pick as a fan, I would do the timeless love bugs or whatever they are called. But as a booker, I'm looking at the landscape of AEW. So after Full Gear, not to spoil my picks or whatever, you're gonna have a men's and women's world champs babyface. You're gonna have a TNT champ babyface. You're gonna have trios are heels. Tag teams could be changing to heels. What is it? The NWA. What is this new championship called? National championship could be go both. There's multi. I mean that's a whole nother thing. Could be babyface or heel, depending on what happens. So the tag team division.
All right, real quick. The Mother's Milk team. Let's submit some names for we got Mega Milk. How about lactose intolerance? That could be you could have a lot. Right,
Mother's Milk team, and I mean that can go. I mean, I guess we'll have to save our chat about that, if you know what I mean, to off air.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that fits the Bane stature there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It would be great to have a babyface team win because of the inaugural champs. However, heel champions are more fun to me because you have babyface chase is better than a heel chase.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I will pick the timeless love bombs. But honestly, with the final 4 that we have, I'm happy with any of the final 4.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got to give credit to Sisters of Sin. I don't think they're going to win, but the Sisters of Sin, they've established themselves as such a great tandem as well. So, yeah.
Bobby Lashley and Ricochet kicking things off on Dynamite. I actually really like the way that they kick things off with Ricochet getting the stick and talking about this, talking smack, and then getting thrown over and getting screened. See you, BR. Thank you for stopping by, Bub. We love having you. See you later, man. Catch up soon. But I really like this match, man. Bobby could have. I was shocked how quick this match was too. So a lot of people are having. He's got the number 1 spot on the Casino Gauntlet at Full Gear. Number 2 is Shelton Benjamin, which was another super sticker. All right, let's give him a legit one. Legit one. Got to pause the show. Super chat party! Thank you, BR, as he sends us off into the sunset. I bid you adieu.
I do. Yes.
Thank you, bud. Hope to see you soon.
Goodbye, and good night. Bang. I can't wait till we hear that music again, and I think it's coming. But that's for later. That's for later, chat.
That's a lot going on. A lot in Full Gear. Well, we'll talk about this match real quick, and then we'll dive into Full Gear picks, and then we could circle back on some Dynamite Collision stuff because it was the pack 3 hours. But I gotta say, this one was the Lashley singles run so far has been a lot of fun, and it's a reminder of how much of a badass he is. And Ricochet, I mean, we're beating a dead horse, man. He plays his role to the T. plus plus plus. This guy is putting on a AP college course of heel work, and just the way he walks to the ring and the way he just the cocky attitude, the remarks, the facial expressions, the body expressions, the selling in the ring. Gosh, you just can't appreciate him enough of the little things. Like, as wrestling fans as us, like, we're kind of dissecting it so we can chat about it on our show, but man, he is doing incredible work, man. I just
wearing Eagles gear, wearing Eagles gear in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legit Eagles fan too, but it's fantastic. And the whole at first I was kind of like, is it working? But Ricochet is, he's next level. He has become one of the best heels in AEW. He has really, like Tony Storm, he's found his stride in AEW, and he's such a great heel, and he can back it up. And this not only continued to help Ricochet be in the spotlight, but this actually helped Bobby Lashley too. Like, because he was kind of over, but when he finally just had enough and threw him, the crowd popped big for that. And that's what that whole 10-minute rant of him going off was good. I agree. I'd like to see Ricochet as champ. I've got other thoughts, but I think that would be. I think that actually would be kind of that is a heel chase that would be worthy. But this was a phenomenal match, and it's great watching Bobby Lashley throw Ricochet around. It's great watching Ricochet being like this flying squirrel and doing cool stuff. If we could also just quickly talk about this match real quick, Speedball and Shelton.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I am so thrilled that Shelton Benjamin is getting such a great spotlight in AEW, because I felt like he was getting, kind of like Ricochet, he was getting lost in the shuffle at WWE, and he is getting. I got nothing against Bobby Lashley, but to me, Shelton Benjamin is the superior wrestler of the two. He's quicker. He's got that power knee strike and just the kick. And this match, of course, Speedball Mike Bailey, we got to get some more. We got to get some W's for this kid, him and Kevin Knight. But let's be Shelton's 50. Bobby Lashley, I think, is just about 50. So I don't know how many more matches they've got left in the tank versus Speedball and Kevin Knight. 10 years from now, they could still be doing all this, So I think that it's okay to kind of see Shelton get a bit of a push over Speedball. But good Lord, Shelton is so fun to watch, and his expressions, and when he just get off of me, he just threw Speedball across the ring. And
I love the finish.
Yeah, and
Speedball sold it like he was getting executed. My gosh.
Yes.
Well, whether it be the first super kick, and then after that, then the other knee in the corner, then the second super kick, oh my gosh, he sold that like crazy. It was absolute brutal match. But yes, I'm glad you brought this up, because Shelton Benjamin, both guys, man, are just shining so bright as singles. Like, they're fun to watch, and their tag team reign, I think, was great. And I love that they squashed pretty much Private Party to win the belts, and we're squashing a lot of other teams. But 1 and 2 right here. We got Lashley and Benjamin. I'm curious how that's going to go. And to spoil, you're talking the praise of Benjamin, man. He was SPD's top performer of the night, and rightfully so. And Lashley could have been too, but I felt like you just mentioned, to echo you, like he had a better performance. Overall, the match was a little longer, so we got to see more shine in him on that one. So Benjamin was SPD's top performer of the night.
Shoot, I'd love to see this match. I'd love to see
there you go.
These two guys go at it. Roderick Strong, I know, so it's kind of a surprise pick for me, but
It was but it's rightfully earned.
Phenomenal last night, or Wednesday night. I feel like he was phenomenal in that match. Those multiple strikes on Moxie, and Moxie's, of course, again giving that rub. I am really enjoying this version of Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. Roderick was great. I continue to enjoy what he's doing. And yeah, like I'd love to see this matchup. But Roderick's really starting to find his groove now. And I hate to say it, but like Adam Cole was kind of holding him back. And I don't mean it like Adam Cole was bad, just that pushing that narrative and kind of pushing that storyline kind of was holding Kyle and Roderick back. But now they seem more free to be in storylines that make more sense. And I think Roderick's able to really shine. He's another one that I'd like to see more W's.
Right.
But my goodness, that he was phenomenal to watch Wednesday night. But I almost went with Shelton instead, and there were a couple other thoughts, but I had to give props to Roderick Strong because he was phenomenal, going toe to toe with Moxley and just really just being a dominant presence, and just he can go, and you never know when all of a sudden he's just gonna pop up and just boom or grapple, and it was fantastic.
A close second for me was Claudio.
Yep. Oh, yep. The Swiss Superman. Yes.
A close second for sure. Claudio is always impressive in the ring. Always fun to watch. Before we dive into Full Gear picks, we'll show the current standings. Bobby is still leading the way. It is tight at the top at the moment. So tomorrow is got some huge implications with the 22 points plus the plus 3 points. Steven got the plus 3 for last pay-per-view, so he would have been sitting near the caboose as well. The former champ of last season would have been near the caboose if he didn't get that plus 3. So, and he won that plus 3 with the tiebreaker time, the main event time. So let's dive into Full Gear, man. We got we'll briefly kind of cruise through the preview show because there's 9 main card matches, so we'll just kind of briefly cruise through them. Honestly, we can skip the Eddie Kingston one because everyone's going to pick Eddie Kingston and Hook. That's a guarantee. That's really not even going to be.
What? Hold on. I don't know, man. Maybe
you're going to pick the Workhorseman?
No. we got to. Hey, we got to talk about the Boom and Doom, dude.
Yeah, for sure. No, so honestly. Okay, so I have a couple of our squad's picks, and so I'll be announcing those as well. Okay. I got ALW's, Craze, Ranger Man, and Bobby's picks. Okay. And so we're skipping Eddie and Hook because we know that's a guaranteed win. But Boom and Doom, we can start with that. That is, former enemies are now friends and partners with. I love that QT Marshall and Big Boom AJ. They built that match so good. I think it should have been on the main card. I love the backstory of all that. And we got AJ and QT Marshall, the Boom and Doom versus RPG Vice. And Aaron, Cray, and Ranger Man picked Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. But Bobby, Mr. First Place Bobby, picked the Callis family. Ooh. And so this one's split now, and SPD is going with Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. I mean, QT Marshall is just, you got to remember, the FTD. You got to remember, like, Tony Khan is a man of the people, gives the people what they want. This is QT Marshall's backyard. He's going to let him, who's been a pivotal part of AEW, have his time to shine. So I'm picking those guys.
I'm with you. I can't go against the double chunk chocolate cookie. Even though his cookie eating hand has been damaged.
Right.
I agree with the buildup. Like it's goofy wrestling for life. He and AJ and Big Boom AJ and what's the little rat's name? Not the Rizzler.
God.
Rizzler. I still am waiting for the Rizzler heel turn.
Don't even.
I think
you
the
and Rizzler and Marco
Callis
tag
family.
team.
Can you imagine the Rizzler joining the Callis family? Or they should do. Remember the Dominic Mysterio stuff when he was a kid. I think they need QT Marshall needs to adopt the Rizzler.
Oh my gosh!
I think QT Marshall needs to be the Rizzler's new like foster dad or some kind of thing in the contract, and then that would be incredible stuff. But Goofy Wrestling for Life, I'm going Big Boom and QT Marshall. Did we get Full Tilt and Courtney?
Courtney, we don't have your picks yet. Let's see. We'll get Brent and Stevens later, but FTD picked double chunk chocolate cookie. So Court, send your picks in the chat. I'll write them down. I got this whole spreadsheet. Obviously, mine's got the graphics as well. She's picking RPG Vice, the Callis family. All right.
Look at that.
All right.
I'll leave Steven and Brent in the middle till we get those. All right, let's move on. Oh, $200,000.
We're 401ks. We're going to invest it in mutual funds.
Yes.
So I was sending this. Cray didn't see the most recent Juice and Gun promo, and I was like, "Bro, Juice is back. He's back to himself, and this is effing great, man. Like he's got the beard back. No more clean shaven shenanigans, BS. This is a tough one, FTD for sure. But gosh, it is. All right, so just so we all know, all right, we got Aaron Outrunners, Ranger Man Outrunners. What happened here?
You know I'm back. That's right. Hey, what's up, SPD?
What are you doing? What are you going to do with your 100K?
My 200K. We're gonna win $200,000. We're gonna win. Oh, actually, I'm gonna invest in some mutual funds. I'm gonna parlay a few things and maybe invest a little bit in DraftKings. And then I'm going to party. We're going to party because it's Guns Up. We're going to go crazy. Guns Up style. The Bang Bang Gang is back, baby.
They are totally back, man.
That's going to be, we're so back. I'm going to be peeing on people in the ring. I'm going to be going full tilt like Deb. I'm going to be going crazy. I'm going to be having so much fun. It's going to be $200,000, SPD.
The juice is loose.
Yes, the juice is loose. Guns Up, baby. 200K, man. That's right. Hey, if you don't like it, I got 2 words for you.
Tell me.
200K. That's what the 2 words is. 200K, $200,000. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, yeah, and Guns Up. But anyways, I got to go. I got to get ready to plan my $200,000 and how we're going to spend it. I'll let you get back to everything. But 200K, SPD.
Thanks for stopping by, Rock Hard. What a treat we just had with Rock Hard Juice Robinson making a cameo on Dynamite Download. What a treat. Yeah, 2 words, 200K, right? That's two words. Yes. So
yes.
Where are we at on this? Outrunners are Ranger and Aaron.
Okay.
Honestly, this could go. This is one of those toss-ups. We got Bang Bang Gang for Bobby. Crayfish Acclaimed.
Oh, interesting.
FTD's going to claim too.
All right.
Who you got?
If you don't know already, I'm going to be peeing on people too.
All right.
It's 200K. I'm going Bang Bang Gang.
I think I'm going to go Acclaimed.
Wow. Yeah,
I know.
I can see it though. Well, that's the
I can see anything, honestly. Yeah.
Is that they reluctantly are better together.
Yeah. Bang Bang Gang for Court. My heart wants Bang Bang Gang because I want momentum, but I think in theory I like the reacclaimed, as you said before. Sky Team versus Callus to round out the pre-show. So that is gonna. This one we don't even need to. Yeah, there's no wrestling world does Eddie Kingston and Hook lose there. Sky Team versus Don Callis. So we got 3 Don Callis's teams, which is Crayfish, Ranger, and Bobby. Which is okay. All right. And then we got 2 Sky teams, which is Aaron and myself for now.
I'm going to go Sky Team as well, because I think this is when we're really going to see the fallout between Okada and Takeshita. I mean,
at what point do you get I feel like
you got to put this is the trigger.
Yeah, someone's going to walk out. Someone's going to blame something. They're going to be fighting, and then Dorado's going to roll up someone really quick for the win. You know, so whatever. Or even like it would be cool if Dorado rolled up Okada for the win. You know, that would be pretty cool, especially after their match that they had. So FTD's going Sky as well.
Yeah. I'm glad we're going to get to see Neon. He normally wears like a bright neon luchador mask, but he's one that we haven't really seen in AEW. So I'm looking forward to being able to see what he can do. This is going to be a ridiculously insane match. You got Mystico, Mascara Dorada. Just when he had that 3-way with Okada and Takeshita, that was incredible. And so Neon he's another one of those just like insane luchadors. So this is gonna Hechicero, yo soy excited. Yo soy excited for this one.
Court's going with Callus.
I'm gonna go for a quick smoke.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, well, I have a question about the TNT thing and the stipulation and Callus.
Okay.
And Mark Briscoe.
All right, we'll revisit it when you come back.
All right, we'll talk about the Moxley match, Max. Who do you want Mox on to win?
Who did Court say? Sky Team?
Callus.
Or Don Callus? All right, look at that. 50-50 divided.
I know. How often do we have a split pre-show? Very rare.
Do we want to talk about the casino real quick, or do we want to
I need to think about that for a minute.
All right, let's go. Jurassic Express. Huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Jurassic Express Omega versus Josh Alexander Young Bucks. There's so much story here, dude.
Kenny.
All right, Deb, of course. There's no doubt. Deb's doing Kenny. She's Team Kenny Omega all day long. I am as well. I've been playing around in my mind how this is going to go down, but I think this is the beginning of the Bucks are going to turn down Callis family. The Bucks are going, and then Kenny's going to stand with them, probably Jurassic Express as well. And I think we're going to start to see the reunion of the Elite. We're going to have Kenny and the Bucks for a while. I think the 4th member of the Elite will not be Hangman. I think eventually the 4th member of the Elite is going to be Takeshita.
Jericho.
So you say Jericho. All right.
No, that was my hot take. So that was my hot take last week. Real quick before I talk about this again. Bobby, Cray, Aaron, myself all have Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega.
All right, hold on. 2 people are talking to me.
Sorry. When do the Bucks have to tell Callus their answer?
I think at Full Gear. They got to tell them.
Before or after?
I don't know. After, probably after, because they're wrestling with the Hills Have Eyes. So they have to.
After?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious.
Okay. So I'm sorry. You said again, sweetie. Bobby,
myself, Aaron, Cray, and Bobby, all Jurassic Omegas.
Bobby, Cray,
Ranger Man went with the Bucks and Josh. And Courtney's going Team Omega.
All right. So Cowboy went with them.
Cowboy went with Jurassic Omega. The only Bucks one was Ranger Man.
Okay.
So yes, this is definitely going to be a pivotal moment for changing back to babyface elite reunion. Hopefully, you start to see a more war with the Callis family. But if you remember, back when there was, I think it was a tag team tournament or something, you had Kenny Omega and Jericho teaming up as the Canadian Wonder Boys or whatever they were.
Yeah.
And then Kenny got hurt or something like that. And then they never really got a full shake at it. So I would love for them to have a full shake at it, a reunion. You know, if not Jericho, then obviously Takeshita and Kenny kind of having a shake together at it, or reuniting the great trios team of Kenny and the Bucks, defeating Samoa Joe, the Ops. Like, I would love to see Kenny Omega versus and the Young Bucks versus the Ops at World's End, and I'm sure you would too, being there live, dethroning them for the Trios champs. Like, for the longest time, I was like thinking, like, who could be the new Trios champs? We're like thinking LFI, other teams, but like, why not go back to what was already one of the best trios team ever, Kenny Omega and the Bucks? Like, please do that for that. So that's where we're at with that one. I think this is going to be one of the most intriguing ones in terms of storyline purposes of what happens after the match. The match itself, I think, is going to be absolutely incredible. I think you're going to see Alexander get Kenny back in that ankle lock and the Young Bucks be torn again or whatever it may be. But this could, as heavily favored we are of Team Babyface, this could go to the Callis Bucks and be like, see what happens when you align with me, you win the $1 million. So they could take their money and run essentially as well too, which I would be happy with. But next match, let's see next one. Hold that thought, Courtney. Hold that thought. The 4-way tag team match, which I think I don't really love this. I almost would be like, okay, make this for the titles.
Yeah.
Like, I almost would have rather have that for the titles. Like, make this a 4-way tag team ladder match for the titles. Like, I would have been happy with that. I know they're trying to stretch it out a little bit more and more and more, but it's interesting, the stipulation and all that. I'm happy for it because it's showing more showcase, and the stretching out is a good thing of the tag team division inaugural tournament. So I'm going back and forth with this one. Already picked so we got Ranger Man and Bobby have the sisters.
Okay.
Crayfish as the Timeless. And Aaron has Harley and Willow. Now, to me, whoever wins this match is not winning the belts because they're getting their chance to shine. I have to
agree. I was going to say the same thing. Yep. I think it's going to be Lactose Intolerance is going to win this match.
Wow. Mother's Milk. Okay.
Yep. But I actually could see.
Wait, did you guys plan this?
What's that?
Did the Mind Runner household plan the lactose intolerance
no,
thing?
Nope. She heard me say it and type it.
Gosh.
I can see Babes of Wrath winning here to get the momentum, but you're right. Whoever wins this isn't going to win the titles. So, this is such a huge toss up for me. I think I'm going to go. At first, I was going to go Sisters. Honestly, I was going to go Sisters of Sin, but I think I'm going to. No, I got to go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sisters. You gonna go Sisters? All right.
Yeah.
And is Courtney back from her potty break?
No, but I got to take a potty break too. So,
all right.
You could start the chat about the next match, and then we'll get hers or what. But this
good.
Yeah, this is a good one for how I love how it's split. I love matches that are split with us because, as much as we pick our favorites, right? So I'm going through a few of these picks. Like, some of the big matches, I think is going to be a clean sweep, but the mid card, in a good way, the mid card is going to be a lot of split matches.
Yeah, I think so. I think, and that's what you want. You want to be split on the mid cards, so like the middle of the card and everything that's going on makes it so much fun. All right, Courtney is going with the Babes of Wrath, which I almost went with myself. I think Courtney might be onto something there, though. This is one of those that it's going to be enjoyable to watch. I agree. This should have been for the titles. This should have been like a ladder match for the tag titles. But I know they want to parlay the women's tag team titles as much as possible. But yeah, this is going to be phenomenal, and it's going to be so much fun to watch. And yeah, I'm not sure who's going to be who's going to come out on top in this one, but it could be. I think you're right. I think whoever wins this one is not going to win the actual tag titles. I think you can take that to the bank.
But we'll still provide them some motivation or momentum. Excuse me,
momentum. I love the latest promo by Pac.
Oh man,
match.
He's
and
so
what I love,
freaking good.
What I love about this is he actually he exposed Darby's weakness, because Darby is the crash test dummy. He can take a licking and keep on ticking. He can take all the abuse. You can run him over, hit him with a bus. You can set him on fire. He'll still keep coming. But one of the things that's interesting, you hear this when they talk about Moxley, but this is actually Darby is at his best when he's in these hardcore, get your ass beat, get thrown into the steps kind of match. What Pac is challenging Darby to is an actual wrestling match. And that's, now granted, Darby's going to be phenomenal, but I think that's actually where Pac has an advantage. Pac is better at wrestling than Darby. Darby is better at fighting and taking the punch. But in this, I think Pac is the better wrestler, and I think he needs to win. I actually think this is a crucial W that the Death Riders need, and I think this will actually legitimize. Not that he needs to be legitimized, but a victory from Pac over Darby, I think, is needed, and because Darby has already kind of dominated Moxley now and most of the Death Riders, but if Pac can come out of this with a win, it's going to help elevate Pac. It's going to keep the Death Riders still dangerous. So I'm going Pac with this one.
I would prefer Pac to win. My pick is Darby. Okay. So is FTD's, Aaron's, and Crayfish, which is surprising because Pac is one of his favorite wrestlers of all time.
But he's on the Darby train now too.
There is no one. I mean, please put it out if you think there's no one wrestling wise better than Pac, right? In my opinion, right? I can't think of a better pure wrestler than Pac overall. He's got the power, he's got the submissions, he's got the high flying. Yeah.
He didn't get injured.
But in terms of total package, he's got it all. And I loved that he's getting the promos, and he's no skin off his nutsack either. So could you see him? There's a lot of things I'm seeing online of Death Riders possibly turning on Mox and Pac being maybe the new leader. I would love that. I would be all here for that, but I'm still loving the Death Riders. I'm not ready for a breakup. So Court, you're picking Pac as well. So we got Ranger Man and Bobby picking Pac as well. So I want Darby to win because he's on my team, first of all. But I just feel like Darby is more, he can come out with some easy, quick win, and then Pac can redeem himself with some beatdown at the end or whatever it may be. But pure wrestling, it's tough to top with Pac. I mean, he's incredible. He's incredible. And this is a split one. This is a mid-card split again. So I love it.
I love it.
Yeah. That's
right,
how many pay-per-views were so lopsided on a lot of them. And this is going to be very interesting for that +3. TNT Championship on the line, a huge stipulation, which really plays into effect for a lot of people's choices. Don't love this stipulation. Briscoe would have to join the family if he loses. And Fletcher is 1 win away from the most defenses of the TNT title, which he deserves. So, man, how do you see this one going?
Well, let's be honest. Stipulations are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
If he does have to join the Callis family, they'll have some kind of thing where he ends up, if you do this, this, and this, you're out of the Callis family.
Yeah, and it'll be fun and fresh for Briscoe.
You know, it'll be a fresh storyline for him. I love Mark Briscoe, and it's Fletcher. Fletcher's retaining. I don't see any other. I don't see it going anywhere. I put it to you this way: if Mark, I will be elated if Mark finally gets the TNT title, and I think it would be huge. But with my with my money, not house money, I got to go with Kyle Fletcher.
It would be very interesting storytelling of Briscoe being in the family and being so unhappy and Briscoe having to go against his conglomeration buddies and things like that. Like, I don't want to see that,
I just thought of something. What if Briscoe joins Callis family and he starts leading a revolution? He starts talking the Callis family and turning on Callis. Like, all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, wait a second."
Things up for sure within the Callis family.
Yeah,
not necessarily that it needs it.
Yeah.
But this is like Deb said, it's a tough one. And so FTD's got Fletch, Cray's got Fletch, Bobby's got Fletch. As the resident babyface, it's hard to bet. It's hard to pick against Briscoe when he's one of the top babyfaces in the company. So with me is Aaron and Ranger Man with Briscoe.
All right. And that's not a bad pick. Look at this. Look how
Tony's going with Pink Pony Club, Fletcher.
Yep. Well, she's got it. She's got the pink in her.
I'm gonna get that TNT champion, Pink Pony Club. And I want.
There we go.
In a sense, this is a win-win. Like, if Fletcher wins, he gets a point for SPD. But if Briscoe wins, he gets a point on my bingo card. So it's like, okay.
And if Fletcher wins, I get a point in the bingo card. If Mark Briscoe wins, he gets a point. I get a point in
for
my
you. It's
meter.
opposite.
Yep. So let's do it. Oh boy.
Yep.
You start this one, man.
It's time for the revolution, and it's time. Brodito hat. I feel like there's some stuff. They had that 8-man tag, and Brody King wasn't around for a while. Like, is he hurt? Is what's going on? But like, the Brodito saga and phase and era was and is amazing, so fun. However, FTR, their transition and their transformation and what they've done ever since that Philly residency and getting in the faces and the heat, it's time. So, and that's going to give us the ultimate payoff down the line with the Cope and Cage return. So this is like their last shot. They lost in the tournament, and now they finally redeemed themselves and got back into title picture. And this is FTR. This is FTR's moment. This is going to be the second and only the second title change of the night. And I think Full Gear is such a pivotal pay-per-view where you need some title changes, such as the TNT tag team title changes. So not only are you and I, Mind Runner, picking Team FTR, so is Aaron, Cray, Ranger, and Bobby. So is this going to be a freaking clean sweep of FTR, which is so shocking. Like, could you imagine like us betting against Brodito That is like the most absurd thing to hear. Like, you know,
FTR is the only team that that I would feel comfortable betting against.
Yeah, FTD's got FTR too. Like, you're right. You know, but that sets up FTR as champs. That sets up Young Bucks possibly going against them when they turn babyface. That sets up Cage and Cope. That sets up the Bang Bang Gang fighting them again, even though they just beat them, which is cool. They could be considered, oh, hey, we just beat you. Let's have an instant feud with that as well. So hold on. Wait,
full tilt.
FTD is changing. She's going to try to go against the grain. All right, she's going Brodito.
There we go. I wouldn't. So
is Court. Court is going Brodito. The Cabooses are going Brodito.
Sisters. Look at this.
The Caboose sisters, the sisters of Caboose. SOC.
We need to get a super chat party or something with the Caboose sisters. We'll get that going. I'll work on that for next time. All right, let's move on. Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly.
Crayfish and I were chatting about this on little sidebar text message, and Crayfish used to be such a huge NXT fan. I never watched NXT back in the day, and he always would try to get me to watch it. And there's so many huge stars that came out of that era of NXT, such as Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Adam Cole. I think Joe was in there. A lot of people, and I never got into it. And Keith Lee. And so Kyle O'Reilly, he was like, you would love him. He was always trying to push him down my throat because he knew I was such a Danielson fan. He's like, you love him, the kicks, the strikes, the holds. And so I appreciate that he's getting the Moxley rub, the kind of star power rub as of late. However, unfortunately, I don't see him as a top guy. I just don't. I think he's doing some great stuff, and I've really enjoyed. Like I said, I really enjoyed a lot of stuff with him, but I don't see him as a top guy. Now, if you don't agree with that, that's okay. No, Moxley needs this win more than anything, especially as of what's happening.
Yeah, I don't think he's a top guy yet, but that doesn't mean he won't be down the line.
Right. Like, you could have said the same thing if you watched the rise of Danielson in WWE. You're like, who is this guy? He's on Team Hell No, he's doing this, and then he turns into this like extremely over top guy, underdog. And so that could be the case for KOR, but I don't see it. Moxley, another no holds barred match. I think like this is Mox all over it. Mox is for me. Mox is for Cray. Mox is for Ranger Man.
And Mox is for Mindrunner, because you don't bet against Moxley in these kind of matches. The only exception, but I like the way that they built, the way that Kyle got that rub at Blood and Guts, and how at this Dynamite, how he shows up and he does the whole he's got him in the ankle lock. They're kicking him, and he's still smiling at him. I mean, they're really making this, again, just like Roderick Strong. This is the best version of Kyle O'Reilly. I love him. But
yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
I think this is going to be brutal. I think it's going to be a sequel of what we saw at Blood and Guts. But I think ultimately Mox is going to walk out the champion on this one. Or not the champion, but he's going to walk out the victor on this one.
We got FTD with Mox. Court, what's your pick? But we have Aaron and Ranger Man picking KOR.
All right. I would not be upset with that, though. I would not be upset with KOR.
Yeah, but I kind of would. I mean, Kyle, he had his moment at Blood and Guts, and it was an awesome moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mox needs some redemption. Like he's paid his dues. He's paid his. He's done his due diligence to strengthen the team of AEW as a whole. So Mox for Court as well.
Here we go. I think it's Mox. I don't see it going any other way. Woo! Oh, Controversy City. Can I start this one?
Yes, please. The
Because
floor is
I'm
yours,
wearing
dude.
her
Love.
shirt. I'm wearing her shirt. The story here. Can we stop with the forced Mercedes Moné hate, please? It's forced. Now, granted, I get it. You're sick of her winning every belt. There's people on Twitter all upset because she's, they say she's devaluing all these belts that she won. I disagree, because if you're a local promotion, and your champion is Mercedes Moné, I would be different if she just had the belts and wasn't actually showing up at these promotions. But she is. She's going to Defy. She's going back to CMLL. She's going to these places and defending the title. And it's giving these promotions more exposure. I mean, there's WWE, there's AEW, TNA's kind of WWE now. It's weird. And then there's a big gap. It's like there's NWA, MLW, but like if I was a local promoter, I would love to have Mercedes Moné as my champion, because I could say that, especially if she's going to come defend the title and walk around like this. I think it's phenomenal. Also, her stinking match with Red Velvet was incredible. That was like, this is the best Mercedes we've seen. And it all started with my girl, with the Snacklander, when that first match she had. That was when I turned the corner with Mercedes Moné as far as who she is. And this again, you put these two together in the ring, it's going to be gold. They bring the best out of each other. Statlander brings the best out of Mercedes, definitely. But the story here has always been, no matter how many belts Mercedes collects, the one that always got away is the main AEW championship. And I think it's going to be the same here. I think there will be a time eventually where Mercedes is going to go for it, but I think that's going to be long after she's lost the other belts. This could be the beginning of the crash out, but I don't, as much as I think this is great, and this is such a money match, because these are the two top stars in AEW right now. If now that Tony Storm isn't the champion, but Statlander has been repackaged as kind of like how Hangman is the man. Statlander is the man in the women's division, if that makes sense. For lack of a better team, she is the champ, and she carries herself like the champ. She's like the leader of the baby faces now. Totally different than where she was even like 3 months ago. Right. I don't see Stat walking away without her belt. I don't see Mercedes winning this. As much as it would get so much heat, I think the story is Mercedes can't win the big one, and that's why I'm going Statlander. And Statlander is the one that we're.
Everyone's got Statlander waiting on courts, but everyone that I have has Statlander. However, like, I am all here for the collector that she has become. It's been a lot of fun, and I think it is great. Like you said, just to echo you, like, it's great for promotion. Why not? Why would you not want one of the biggest stars who's able to do indie shows and bring these promos? Who gives it? She can have 20 belts. She can have the belt of Joe Schmo wrestling backyard peewees, whatever. Who cares? Like, but that's once the fall happens and then the regroup happens. Like, if she won the world title, it would kind of be diluted within her gallery of belts.
Wins. Yeah.
So for her to win the title when she's titleless, and have that be the sole championship she has, would be 10 times more meaningful than for her to add it to her belt collection. Because this is the women's world champion of AEW, the second best promotion in the world.
It actually does more for Mercedes to not win. It actually does more for her character and storyline, and it actually does more for her to not win the main belt than it does for her to win. If she won it, it actually, it not only dilutes the world championship, it dilutes the world champion, like you said. It actually kind of then it makes it confirms the cliche of that the haters are saying. Whereas with if she loses, I think that's such a compelling storyline. Is she can't win the big one, and then you can continue this down the line once she's lost everything else, and you put her like she goes for it again. That's the thing. She win the big one? She's choked twice before. Can she win the big one?
Exactly.
And I think
she's over 2. She's now kind of the underdog in it.
Yeah.
Maybe she turns when she's babyface. She's going for her 3rd title chance, and she does get the chance, and it would be like an ultimate redemption. Like I finally did it. Like I love that storyline 100 times better than anything else.
Better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow, isn't that funny how probably one of the most exciting matches most of us are not most of us pick the same wrestler.
Regardless, like as we've talked about before, like regardless of the outcome, the match itself is going to be like we're thrilled about. Even if we all picked, if it was a 10-0 win, who we're going to pick, like that's one of the more matches we're most excited about. This was the first match announced for Full Gear. So this was the marquee match. As some were saying, could potentially main event. Like, yes, I think this has main event quality. However, they didn't build it enough to be the main event of Full Gear. Like, if they're going to have a women's main event on a pay-per-view, following Hangman in a cage match with Samoa Joe would be detriment to this match.
I can see them saying it's like part of a triple main event or something like that.
A co-main event. Yeah. Co-main event. Like give them their flowers for sure because they deserve it.
However, the main event.
Yes.
Oh Lordy.
We need the picks and your total time of main event. Total time of main event for the tiebreaker, which was pivotal last. So it was really, like I mentioned last week on our show, like I loved how the cage lowered and Hangman's like, "You want me in the cage? You got it." Blah blah blah. And like I was like, that's a perfect play of them doing that. This one, Hanger's definitely not losing. Hangman across the board for all of the picks that I have. However, I love that they rebuilt this rematch as Joe being this evil heel. Because match number 1, yes, we got the heel tendencies, but it wasn't this level of Joe heel. And so Joe had the chance over the last month to build his heelness to the level we want. And I spoke about highly how I was like, Hangman needs to go against more true heels. And now finally Joe is that true heel where we want to boo him, even though we do like to cheer him because he's Joe. And so the rematch, which, I'm give or take on what they do with rematches so soon. This one is worthy. And so last time Full Gear with Swerve and Hangman, Hangman's definitely not losing on this one.
I have a very this number just comes to me. My time is 34:49. 34 minutes 49 seconds. I can't explain why. That's just numbers in my head right now. I'm going with that.
I got everyone's. I wrote mine down before you said mine. I already have mine written down. It's 6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
Bastard!
I got everyone's written down. No. My main event time is going to be 3, 1, 2, 3, and so it's going to be 3, 1, 2, 3. But I got everyone else's. We got FTD 28. We got Aaron 27, Crate 23, Ranger Man 26.
What's going Samoa Joe? Look at this.
Wow, 25 minutes for Joe.
Yep.
Well, hey, I mean, if you're at the caboose, you got to make some bold moves. FTD did that last pay-per-view.
Hey, don't underestimate. Watch Courtney win the bingo and shoot up to the top.
Yeah,
it could happen.
That's what it's all about. Bobby says 50 minutes though. 50 minutes in the cage is a lot of time.
Yeah,
but this is gonna be a fun
Joe
one.
Would
this
die.
is definitely gonna be a fun one. Joe doesn't have too much stamina. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go 2922. 2922. I'm redoing that one.
Okay.
All right. But it's gonna be a brutal one. I feel like we're gonna try to see some stuff. happen here. Do you think before we talk? I guess we'll talk about it after we talk about the Casino Gauntlet one. But this is a clean Hangman other than Courtney. Do you see Hangman doing a backflip off the top of the cage here?
I was just gonna ask you that, man. Yes, I do. I think there's gonna be some holy shit. There's gonna be some cowboy shit in this, man. And now imagine him doing that and Joe doing the nope.
Oh man, that would be the new GIF.
I think it's gonna be incredible, and I hope everybody stays safe. But
Yeah.
I do think that there's gonna be some serious cowboy shit, and it's gonna be off the wall, dude. It's gonna be incredible, and yeah, I'm here for it.
Wait, I didn't write down. You picked Kenny and Jurassic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to go back through them as we go back to the casino?
I got it. I got everyone else's. Yep. That was the one for some reason I didn't have. Let's go casino. This is the wild. This could be like the tiebreaker one because it's like we have no idea. We have two officially announced contenders in this match. So we really have no idea who's going to be in this match going forward. So it could be anyone's ball game on this one. So where is this? I'm trying to find. Here we go. For now, we got this is all we got. This is all we got for the Casino Gauntlet is these two guys, the Hurt Syndicate. We hurt people. How cool? How funny would it be if like they came out together? Because it's like they have the same theme song.
All right,
so
right,
like
and then started fighting.
Yeah.
Well, this is a nod to like when Demolition were 1 and 2 in the Royal Rumble, you know. But my pick to win is Bobby Lashley. I've wanted Bobby Lashley versus Hanger for a while, and MVP kind of tilted the hand. He says he's coming. He told Hanger he's coming for that title, and I think this is Bobby Lashley's push as a single star in his last couple of years as a wrestler before he retires.
Gosh, man. So, okay, so Aaron's got Lash. Ranger's got Lash. We got Bobby Ricochet.
All right, let me get Ricochet up here.
What do you think in FD in court? Who do you got on this one? It's easy to pick Lash because he's the first one. So a lot is going into my overthinking brain, like you said, the overbooking by mind.
Yeah, you think someone's coming back?
TK announced that whoever wins this is going to defend this on Ring of Honor in a week or so. This is a perfect match for returns, and I think I'm gonna go with Crayfish on this one. But I would love. There we go. FTD wants Swerve back. Now I really, really hope we have some surprises with Swerve being one of them, and oh hell yeah, I want Swerve back on Saturday night. So is Swerve going to be your pick on this one or Jericho? Yes, I would love Jericho, Swerve, all the above. But at first I was going to pick Jay White. Jay White was my pick to win this match, and I really wanted him to win. But I think I'm going to go with Crayfish on this one and say MJF. I think MJF is going to return.
MJF.
Crayfish and I are locked with MJF.
Will he return? Will he return as the devil, or will he return like that whole thing, or is he just going to come back as MJF? And
Swerve
Pop
for
will be
FPD.
crazy when he comes back. Like, I love it. Now, that's a double baby face that I can get behind.
Which one?
The two of them. Swerve versus Hanger.
Well, this
But,
is an all new title. So whoever's going to have this reign for a while, it's going to be in their own little bubble, and so the national championship is going to have is going to be able to rise with whatever they have at the moment. Like, you know,
who did you say picked Ricochet? By the way, I'm sorry.
Ricochet was Bobby.
All right.
Well, Switchblade Jay White posted, it was like, "Are you ready?" Remember, he posted that on his Twitter.
Yep.
And so it would be cool for him to win this, and then the Bang Bang Gang be reunited if Colton's healthy, and then they're all back together, and he's like the leader. Obviously, Jay White, the leader of the Bang Bang Gang, and he's got the national championship, and they go to Ring of Honor, they go to wherever they are, they go all over the map, and back him in defending this, and so. At the same time, it's like you have someone return from injury, it's like that's kind of a risk as well. But this one, I almost don't want Bobby Lashley to win it unless you have no really bigger plans for him at the moment. Like if you want to kind of stall Lashley's push, then this is a good moment. So I feel like anyone who wins this is going to be exciting. Like if you pick, if Ricochet wins, cool. If Lashley wins, cool. If Swerve comes back and wins, if MJ would come back, if White comes back and wins, like Courtney, if Shelton wins, like great. So she any Courtney of those are Shelton? Great. Yeah, Courtney says Shelton.
And Shelton, okay.
Yeah,
nice. I might change my pick, dude.
It's okay. You can change. Hey, if anyone wants to change any of their picks
right now,
they have up until start of show. Who's your pick? Who are you changing to?
I'm gonna go Jay White.
All right. You like my? Did I sell you on that?
I forgot about that. I think Bang
that was my heart pick.
Cursed, but this, I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna go Switchblade.
I would happily take that pick as a loss if Jay White wins. Like, I want Jay White to win, but booking wise, I think if MJF wins, if he's ready for return, a surprise return, if he's done with everything, like this buys him a lot of time, because I think we all kind of feel like, as of the landscape of AEW, like he would be a great dethroner of Hangman down the line.
Yep.
So this this national championship would be such a huge, a cool thing for him to have for time being.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about this national championship is going to supposedly. To me, it's like a rinse and repeat of an international title. Like I don't get it, but whatever. It is what it is. I love a Casino Gauntlet match.
Yeah. Any excuse for it. It's going to be awesome.
I want to see a Casino Gauntlet match where someone's music hits, and on the way to the ring, the match ends.
Yeah. You're like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, I think that like they take their time. Yeah.
MJF's coming out there like blah blah blah, and then Lashley, he hits his finisher and gets 1, 2, 3, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
It or like the pop, like it distracts whoever's in the ring and they get pinned. Yeah, I think that would be funny.
Yeah,
and they need to have a Casino Gauntlet match where it's over with the first two wrestlers, because because you gotta have that what if in the back of everybody's head.
Yeah. At first, Crayfish was going to pick Wardlow. I was like, I would love that as well, but he's not built correctly. But then he switched to MJF, and I was like, yes, that sounds great. Like if we have MJF and Swerve return, so if we have one of the three returns of MJF, Swerve, and Jay White, or all of them return, that is such a huge boost for AEW.
Yep.
Huge. Awesome. This is great, man. I got everyone's picks.
Real quick.
We're missing Brent and Stevens, which is all cool. It's all good.
Well, I have their pick for the Eddie and Hook match versus the Horsemen. I have their pick for that, but yes. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be a crazy pay-per-view, dude. I'm here
Yeah.
for it. It's gonna be
Did
awesome.
Steven send you his picks in the chat on Facebook?
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
but we'll did he say he did?
No, I didn't know if he was going to, because
No.
that's
I don't see his picks, but he'll send them in by tomorrow.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sweet. I'm gonna try to tune in as oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly, Deb. What she said. Do you guys have anything planned for the show tomorrow?
Oh yeah, we got to watch. We got our watch party. Nacho Man Shane's coming over.
Nice.
And yeah,
Nacho Man.
I don't forgot what we had planned to eat. But I think we might be doing some Mexicano.
Nice.
There's a Mexican place we're going to be ordering from, and we're just gonna the biggest question. Here we go. The biggest question is, we're getting Mexican. Well, what's the biggest question? Was that the question? What's on the menu? It's yes. We are going to be jamming out with some Mexicano, and we're going to have a fiesta, a full gear fiesta.
There we go. I'm jealous. I'm definitely FOMO on that one. I'm working till working like 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. and then I'll be coming home and watching or come back to my hotel watching Full Gear. My buddy's going to come over. We're gonna throw it on, and to finish the night, maybe we'll rewatch. But send me the updates on how the match or the card plays out, and I'll start updating the spreadsheet for the draft as it plays out, and we'll get an update in our show. So stand by on our social channel. Mindrunner and I are gonna chat off air of how we're gonna plan our plus 3 coming up very soon after Full Gear. And next week's show, I know Thanksgiving is on Thursday, which is our typical show. My birthday's on Friday after Thanksgiving, so we'll figure out what we're going to be doing next week. So stay tuned to our socials for our next show. But man, Full Gear, this is such a awesome card. I love it. I'm really pumped. A lot at stake. I can't wait for it. Let's wrap things up for the night, man. Let's wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up like a Christmas package. Yep, the Caboose Sisters. I got to work on some new super chats. But anyways, without further
ado, Dude love Mindrunner.
That's right, baby. That's right, baby. All right, we'll see you next time, everybody. Full Gear.
Stop.